This house is unlike any you have ever seen before. It is a magic kingdom, an empire of art. It features rooms like the Opium Den. Postcards cover an entire floor. You will find a meditation closet, an underwater bathroom, and a staircase built out of pencils. Yes, pencils. Each door hides something you never imagined before.
Secret raindrop room.
And the secret what?
And this is not a museum. But the more I discovered,
These pictures with the crazy eyes here?
I kept asking myself,
A little more disturbing than at first.
who lives here?
Hi, welcome to Granny's Empire of Art. Come on in.
This house is home for Jana Davis, who is known as Jana B.
It's difficult when people say, so what do you do? I say, how do I tell them what I do?
When she was in her late 20s, Jana's so-called fairy godmother encouraged her to buy not just one, but 2 freestanding houses in San Francisco's Potrero neighborhood.
I wanted to have a creative household where people were making things and collaborating and having shows and having an art space, a shared collaborative art home. And she kicked my butt until I bought the house. It looks like a spacecraft.
And as former art student, she couldn't resist to start the mutations immediately.
How long did it take that you got crazy and couldn't stand the blank walls anymore?
Well, the second I had the signed document that I owned the house, I pretty much flung the doors open and sent all my friends in as soon as possible.
More than a dozen artists participated in this free-for-all, room-by-room renovation.
There are things.
Oh yeah.
We would work on things before we had any idea what we were even doing, let alone have a name for it. Everything was just happening as it happened. We didn't have any plans.
The front house, built in 1914, serves now as a collaborative art space. And to get to the back, you must pass through this tunnel full of old posters.
This is the 1896 cottage.
Inside the cottage, you will find a real hidden treasure. Jason Messier's Pennsylvania. It is a 3-story stairwell completely covered in pencils.
Jason spent 5 years working on these pencils.
5 years?
Yes, and so by the time he got to the top, he got a little more sparkly and fancy with it all. Not just yellow pencils anymore.
Also, erasers, pens, and other assorted office supplies make up this masterpiece.
Did you know from the beginning that it will end up so crazy?
We had no idea what was going to happen. No idea at all.
11 billion pencils. Billion. This is enough to go around the world 50 times. Some even memorialized Jana pictures in a 1990s musical, where she played the role of Granny.
There was a scene where the bad girls beat up this little old lady, and Granny was in the show every night where she'd come on stage.
Darcy Drollinger directed the musical, but never worked on the house. However, he has his favorite sweet spot.
The bathroom. I mean, the rooms were all great. The bathroom is crazy.
And this is an understatement. It is amazing. It is astounding. It's like entering an underwater world. Curved mosaic walls, a yellow bathtub featuring the Beatles, and hanging from the ceiling, a submarine periscope. Boop, 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 showing dreamy surfer videos from the 60s.
It gets internet access as well.
And there is no end to the fun in here.
It's totally unusual. I've never had a job, anything like working at Jana's house.
Christine Shields is one of 5 artists who spent years working on this bathroom.
Things that reminded me of Jana and Granny's. I don't remember all of whose ideas were whose, but I really wanted to do these sea creatures. Mm-hmm. So the sort of more realistic sea creatures in there, like the sea turtle, the octopus, that's sort of more my influence on the room.
And those sea creatures not only found their way into the bathroom, but also into the internet.
apparently, thousands, if not millions of people have seen my bathroom online at this point, which I think is a very strange thing if I think about it. Who wants their bathroom all over the internet?
Despite her global fame, some neighbors have never been inside. And that makes them very curious.
A group from another neighborhood came to visit the house, and all of a sudden I saw that one of my neighbors had jumped into the crowd. She wanted to see it too.
And who can blame her? A real San Francisco treasure, which has taken 17 years of remodeling. And it's an ongoing process.
I do have a little bit of beigeophobia, I guess. If there's a blank space, if there's something that isn't as fancy as it could be, I just wonder why. Why isn't it fancy?